those days when I feel like giving up.
I believe the storm will soon be over.
Well, being who I am, the world already got his defenses up, you know, because even in the realm of being a child of God, you got a lot of women preachers that's out here. But then if you read the books in the Bible, you'll see why are they preaching. That's not their job. Their job is to take care of home. But then they feel so much like they're doing the right thing. How can you preach something when you already disobeying the law? Because in the beginning, Eve ate from the tree. Not Adam. Eve gave it to Adam. She already knew the difference between good and bad. She didn't say in her head, well, if I get this to my husband, he will be, you know, a disobedient person like me. I don't want him to be. I want him to be just like me. I want him to be disobedient just like me. It's mainly what she was saying. And you can go from Genesis to Revelations, is nowhere where it's talking about women was sitting up here preaching, and you got a lot of them out here that's just trying to overstep what it they even see and put it to their liking. And then that's when it's all about you truly walking in the spirit of God to understand what's right and what's wrong, and not getting mad at the whole situation, not blowing up, because it's not your choice to get mad. It's your choice to walk out of that church. That's all you have to do. You don't have to subject yourself. Yeah, they got big followers because they feel that they was married to a preacher, so they're calling this to preach. That's just like the devil tempting them, just like he tempted Eve. Just as well as he tempted Eve, he tempting these women. I can just imagine what some of these women want. Probably went out here and said, "The Lord called me to preach." Where in the Bible? Why would He put this in the Bible if He called you all to preach? Why is this set up like this if He called y'all to preach? They do it because they need self-esteem. They need to be built up. And some of them are being built up because they already kicked somebody. And once you kick somebody and they feel that their wrath, their discipline didn't come at that moment or at that time, that they don't have nothing to worry about. Their judgment will come in due time. We can't get mad if they sit back with $1,000,000. I'm not mad because you got women out here preaching. It's not my duty. It's my duty to preach what I see and what I believe in, or what's written there. So to hinder them, that's not my job. But to speak the word, that's all I have to do. Because all was called up. He drew all men unto him, and he has the last say so. Because like he said, depart from me, I know you not. A lot of these preachers, they got these big congregations and whatnot. No matter who he talking to, them preachers and whatnot, when they feel and believe so big and powerful that they finna walk into heaven because the congregation of people that has been called unto them, many have been called, but few are chosen. Yeah, you may have been called to preach, but your actions show you shouldn't be preaching. So the people that's probably called unto you, they're still, of God. But the preacher himself is not one that even believe what he even preached. Because once I listened to some of these shows, some of these people call themselves preaching as a way of life. Not a way of life, a way of making money. They didn't do it because they love the Lord. They seen it as a way of making an honest income, not doing what's right for the Lord before God. They just picked up the Bible. Oh yeah, I can make honest money, and my kids will see I'm doing honest things if I go out here and preach. But if you don't love the Lord, and if you're not in the Word, you ain't doing nothing but helping the devil. And some of them don't want to see it, so it's not left up to me to help them to see it. It says I will fight against them with the words of my mouth, so I don't have to fight against them. I don't have to pick at them about what they're doing wrong. What they do, they're doing wrong. When it's time for me to do what's next for me to do, I'll be able to do it. I have no time to sit back and worry about why this preacher is doing that, because now I'm sitting back understanding why. Because he draw all men unto him, but all men didn't want to wait on the Holy Ghost. Didn't wait to get taught about what's right. They wanted to get taught by what they can see and what they can prove. If man said the boat was supposed to sink if it had happened like this. Man said this, man said that. But man ain't the one that made the earth. Man ain't the one that made these birds out here. They can clone birds and clone trees. You can't clone God. They can't do the things that God do. God speak them. They have to sit in a laboratory to make something. God ain't got to sit in no laboratory. And that's what's frustrated a whole lot of men. They don't understand God. And God is not one to be understood, like how men want to understand. Because if it's left up to a lot of these men, they would just love for God to just lay down on the operating table and let them discover why his brain is like this, why this is like that.